What's up? This is Paul from Dig the Grave, and you are watching BJ the Metal Connoisseur.
What's going on, fellas? Yaterbug coming in hot from Breakdown Central. I just wanted to let you guys know that y'all are watching BJ Metal Connoisseur.
Hey, this is your boy, Neil T from Anomaly, and you're watching BJ, the Metal Connoisseur.
Hi, I'm Jens, vocalist of Confusing Paradise, and you're watching BJ the Metal Connoisseur.
Hey, this is Ryan, singer of Florida band Royal Hearts, and you're watching BJ the Metal Connoisseur. Stick around.
Hello and greetings from Finland. This is Tuomo from Scars of Solitude, and you're watching BJ the Metal Connoisseur.
Hey, this is James from Cincinnati Bowtie, and you're watching BJ the Metal Connoisseur.
Like the way you used to do your heavy metal intro, where you used to shout, you can do that intro here.
You're kidding me, right?
Yeah,
I got number one. I'm at the balcony, all right, and there are tenants here. I can't be screaming without music. I mean, it's weird, right?
well, yeah. I understand. So let me just do like the intro. So guys, I'm here with my friend DJ, and some of us we are like we are rockheads. We like rock. That's basically our connection. If you agree with me, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, sure. Though I'm more into metal though.
Well, they are all rock, right?
Yeah, of course, definitely.
Today we're just trying to do our first video as partners in a rock fair. So hope you guys enjoy.
Yeah,
so,
cool.
Let's kick off. I'll be asking you a series of questions. So first of all, how are you doing?
Right.
How are you doing? I'm aware you went through a series of like a little bit of challenge like last 2 years or so. So my friend told me. So how are you doing now? I hope you're stronger. I hope you're stronger and better than ever.
Yeah, I'm much better now. I think that happened around 2020/2021, during the end time of 2020. That's around September to October period. Then it lasted for about 8 months. I was critically ill. In fact, I was fighting for my life during that period. I mean, it was crazy. But I thank God I survived. I mean, I was able to get the necessary treatments for my ailments, and it really exhausted me, financially. But I'm so glad that some of my friends, especially in the rock community, they were able to pull through for me. Some of them through one or two assistants, and I also have some friends on Facebook too, who also came through for me when I ran out of funds for my
treatment.
But fast forward to now, I'm much better. Everything is good now.
Do you want to share what exactly it is? That's personal. Like what exactly you were going through, like.
Oh, okay. It was more of an health issue. Like I had issues with my heart then, and I also had ulcer, and I had liver inflammation. Like it just happened, all at once. So it was really tough. It was crazy. But I'm so glad I was able to pull through. The most challenging part of the ailment was actually my heart. I had myocardial wall ischemia, and it was crazy because it affected my breathing a lot. So I was having difficulty breathing. It was really tough, but I'm so glad I was able to survive through it. It was a crazy experience, honestly. It's not one I would love to relive again. It was really crazy, but I thank God, man. I thank God.
We're gonna go into that much more, but I think many people would like to learn from your experience.
Yeah, sure, anytime, man.
Yeah. So how did you grow your channel to this level? Like I saw your channel grow like like that? How did you do it? Was it magic or there is a system behind it?
Definitely not magic. Definitely not magic. It was consistency because I started the channel with about 5 subscribers, and I made a lot of videos for many months, and I was just consistent, and somehow I was able to grow the channel to like 1,000 subscribers. It was really a tough one. At first it was
So
challenging when I started the channel. Trying to get a lot of subscribers. And when I started the channel too, my editing skills wasn't that top notch because I was just starting. But
okay,
along the line, I progressed. I started to improve in my editing skills and stuff. I started to also improve in the way I share my videos, on my social platforms, and I was just consistent, making videos back to back. It was not easy. It was consuming too financially. Internet data is quite expensive. You know how it is here, man. So
okay,
it's a tough one, but I'm glad that I was able to grow the channel up to 1,000 subscribers. It was really fulfilling for me.
makes sense. Makes sense. Like, was that okay? Are you going to associate your success with your passion for what you do? That's an attribute.
Yes, yes, definitely, definitely. I had a passion for it. The thing is, I I was watching some reaction videos on YouTube. That's way before I started the channel. All right. I noticed there was no representative here in Africa, especially Nigeria here, doing reaction videos. So I thought to myself, I think I need to do something outside the box. I think I need to be like the first African or the first Nigerian to, start up a metal reaction channel. And what started out like just a playful thing, just ended up becoming something serious. So it was so
Because
cool, and I'm glad I started the channel because thanks to the channel I'm able to get a good measure of recognition in the metal scene. um
probably
Before the channel, I was just a random dude who loves heavy metal music. But ever since I started the channel, I was able to get in touch with a lot of these bands that I listen to. Even bring some of these bands to the channel. Like it's really surreal, man.
really
A lot of these bands get to know me, as a person. This was something that I never thought was possible. So it was all thanks to the channel.
okay. So how did you find rock music? How did you like? We all had our own journey. How did you
Yeah, 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 sure. We all have our experiences. Personally, for me, I didn't really start out a metalhead. All right, it was funny how I started. I started out a rocker. All right. I loved alternative rock music,
of
softer
course,
rock
of
music.
course.
Yeah, and I've been listening to rock since childhood. Um, what kind of endeared me to rock was mostly movies. Like I was watching a lot of movies, and I discovered some of these movies, especially American movies. Some of the series they show. I always hear rock music being played in the background, and I noticed that my spirit, or my soul rather,
Gravitated.
is and that was basically how it started. So what I would do is, after watching the movie, I'd go search for the movie, and I'd search for the song at the particular duration of the movie. The particular song, the particular rock song that I got endeared to. I would search for it on Google. Somehow I would end up finding it, and that was basically how it all started. Actually, that was basically how it all started.
What bands?
And
What bands like got you into the doors of rock? What bands? The first bands.
oh, there were so many bands I experimented with. These were bands I would call like my gateway bands into metal per se.
Like who? Like who?
Bands like The Fray, Nickelback, Breaking Benjamin. Like Breaking Benjamin was this band that I really loved back in the days. I was a huge fan of Breaking Benjamin. I listened to just so many bands, man. Just way too many bands. Like I can't even remember. Nirvana is part of them. Nirvana, Disturbed. Just way too many. Foo Fighters. These were bands that really got me, into rock. And along the line, I think progression kind of took its course. I realized that I had a craving for something heavier. I needed something very, very heavy, something like a caveman riffs with a blast beat, with screaming vocals. I just realized I needed something heavy, and yeah, I remember some guys in the rock group. They were already into metal. Some guys like So Sick. I don't know if you know him. So Sick, and a
Yeah,
few
I know
others.
him.
They were already
I know
into
him.
metal.
I know him.
Yeah.
I know him.
So when I was added to the rock group, oh, that's our rock group here. I noticed these guys would always post some metal playlist on the rock group. But then I was like, metal was not really my thing then, so I'll just go meh on it. And somehow, it all happened that Sosik was trying to get me into metal, trying to introduce me to metal, and Austin, my friend Austin too. Austin also loves metal, so Austin would be like, "Yeah, I think your playlist is crap. Let me show you the real deal," And Austin would send me some metal songs, and I would vibe to them, and I'll still be like, "Okay, oh, this is fair," this is, but still not really was my thing. I think the band that really got me into metal was August Bones Red. Um, I noticed that their sound resonated with me. I The first song I listened to from August Bones Red was Provisions, yeah, and that song really blew my mind. And then I decided to check out more songs from them, and I discovered Composure, I discovered Vital Signs, and a lot of songs from August Bones Red, Empire, Indonesia, and the rest of them. And that was basically I got glued to metal, and I just realized that this is definitely what I was looking for. This is something that I craved. I just needed that heavier sound, and that was how my
All
journey
right.
started. And I started
Like,
experimenting with other metal bands.
people find heavy metal satanic. Like, what's your clarify that? Clarify that.
I can't help but laugh when I hear something like that. I mean, it's ridiculous. I find it cliche, that a lot of people would say heavy metal is satanic, heavy metal, and that's because they don't really have you know any idea about metal music or what it is, as a music, even as a culture. So people just, come up with their own idea of what metal really is because they see some of these bands, portraying the the devilish side of them, on face mask, face paints rather, and
Yeah, their costumes.
very very yeah horror costumes, yeah, horror costumes and the rest of them. So it's I think that's basically where they got their notion. The thing is, metal generally is not satanic, all right, and that's not to say that there are no bands that are satanic. And what do I mean? There are some metal bands that are, satanic, and these bands come out to tell that we are satanic. All right, but generally, metal is not satanic, and most of these bands you would find around the death metal scene, around death metal, yeah, or black metal, and it's just a few of them. Just as it is in hip hop, country, and the rest of them. They are musicians or bands that are satanic individually. All right. So it doesn't mean that generally all of the music in the genre is satanic. You get it, right?
I
So
understand.
that's just yeah, that's just how it is. And the funny thing is, metal is so broad that these satanic bands are very, very few. All right, they just fall under some particular set of genre of metal. The vast majority, bands out there in metal music, they are not satanic, and most of the genres too, they're not satanic. We have metalcore, deathcore. These genres are not satanic. There's horror, gory. They just portray brutality, but they're not satanic. They're not
I
satanic.
understand.
So if I'm going to mention some satanic bands, it could be like maybe 10 out of 100. You can see it.
So,
So, and that's because a lot of people don't know these things, so they tend to associate every metal music to be satanic. No, it's not.
I understand. I hope this answer actually clarifies that because people are just too glued on that particular stereotype. Um,
Yeah, it's a
metal.
stereotype, like I said. Yeah, it is. It is a stereotype. It's cliche. It's not the first time I hear this thing, so
Yeah.
I'm not surprised when I hear it.
But what keeps you going in life? Like, is your journey of music, is it a big factor on what keeps you going? Does it help?
Yeah, sure. I would say, yeah, it is a part of it. Metal has always been more than music for me. It's like a lifestyle. It's a way of life for me. You know, I just love doing it. I love listening to metal music, and it was basically what prompted me to start the channel. The passion I have for the music kind of prompted me to start a channel, and I'm so glad about the growth, and I'm so glad that I also have a few people who support me financially on the channel. I got a Patreon, so there's some people who support me via Patreon. So it's really cool. It's cool that I'm getting to do something I love, and I still earn from it. So it's wonderful. It's really wonderful, and
Right.
I just hope to even grow more than this. I hope to see myself having like 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 subscribers.
So that's
I
very
know it's a
possible.
long
Very possible.
journey. I know it's a long journey, but it's not impossible. I just need to keep grinding.
Like, what do you think YouTubers do wrongly these days that want to grow their channel? What do you think they do wrong with?
Most YouTubers, I would say, what really makes a lot of YouTube channel not become successful is the fact that they were not consistent. Consistency is a vital key to growing your channel, and it's not just channel in life generally. You need
True.
consistency to be successful in life. Yeah, because the thing is, there are challenges. All right, there are challenges. I never have it easy on the channel. There are times on the channel that I took breaks. I take some breaks, probably due to some challenges. Could be financial challenges, and maybe I'm not able to keep up with the channel. I just take some break until I'm able to get myself back together and resume the channel again. So it's challenging, to be honest. If you're making videos, you need to do a lot of research. You don't just make videos just for making sake. You need to be perfect at it. You need to do a lot of research because there are thousands of people watching you. So you won't go telling them rubbish. You need to make sure that you get your facts right. And another challenge with making videos is the editing part of it. After making the video, you have to edit the video, so that alone can be challenging because you have to pay attention to minor details, like every small details count, in order to make a perfect video. So it's challenging, to be honest. It's challenging. Sometimes too, you need to sit down and think of content. Like me personally, I try not to make my channel monotonous. I try not to make it just reaction videos alone. Even if the channel is predominantly for reaction videos, once in a while I try to do something different on the channel, just kind of makes it not boring. You know what I mean. So that alone is another thing to put into place whenever you're making videos. You want to do something that would entertain your audience, something that your audience would love, and would get them to keep coming back to your channel. That's just how it is. That's one way to grow. And a lot of people, would I say, they are too lazy to put in the work. A lot of YouTubers, they could start out, good at first, and when the challenges start hitting it, they tend to drop it and they just quit. And that's the biggest mistake to ever make.
Sure. I understand. So there is no best approach. The best approach is keep doing it and keep
Yeah,
getting better.
the best approach is consistency. You just need to be consistent.
So where do you see your channel in the next couple of years? Like, what do you have any visions?
Um, I have these big dreams for the channel, which I touched on earlier on. I want to see my channel grow. I want to have a lot of subscribers. Talking about 20, 50, even 100 subscribers. I know it looks like a go far fetched, but I see myself amassing that amount of subscribers in the near future. I see the channel growing more than the way it is. I see myself connecting with bands. I see myself even going to live shows abroad. I see myself making a good lot of money on my channel, and something substantial to be able to get me doing what I love. I see myself I see myself even in a band someday, So I just have these big dreams for the channel. There is a metal reactor I'm a huge fan of. A band recently, employed him, as their bassist. This guy's been doing reaction videos for a long time. He has over 62,000 subscribers, and it was so cool when I saw him in this band, playing bass for the band. I was like, wow, dreams do come true. So, when I saw that, I kind of pictured that too for myself, I'm imagining, being in one of those bands someday, probably as a vocalist or even, a guitarist or a drummer, just see myself playing for, one of these bands that I love someday. Like it's gonna be a dream come true, honestly.
Yeah. And I guess you're rounding up. I don't want this to be too long because we can always do more videos. But I want to
Yeah,
ask you a last
sure.
question. This last question is not actually part of the questions I want to ask you, but I think I should ask it
Okay.
in this video. Why is it that people who hear metal music always look at people who do not do metal as these guys are not into rock? Why is that? There is this kind of segregation as if okay, you're into metal, you are doing deep stuff, I'm doing like the surface stuff, like I don't get it.
Okay, that's gatekeeping. Well, it's funny actually because this is something that actually do exist in the rock and metal community. Where metalheads tend to look at rockers as you guys are still newbies into the genre. You guys are not really listening to something real, something deep. I have to be honest. I used to be guilty of that too in the past. I used to be guilty of that too in the past. But along the line, I discovered that music is preference. All right. What you like might not be what I like. All right.
Sure,
It doesn't mean that you're listening to trash and I'm listening to the best. It all depends
sure.
on us individually. Our preference for our music taste. So that's just the way I see it. Like even if I'm a metalhead, there are times where I listen to rock music. I listen to softer rock music. I listen to other genres that is not even metal related. It depends on my mood at that moment. All right. So it doesn't mean that those who listen to rock, they don't know what they're doing, or those who listen to rock, they're not really listening to the real thing. Like I just feel it's I don't know. I just feel it's not fair. I just put it that way.
Segregation.
Yeah, the segregation is not cool. It's not cool because you know, metal. The thing is, even if metal is one of the biggest genre out there, you cannot deny the fact that rock gave birth to metal. All right, without rock, there would
Very
not
true.
be metal. Yeah.
Very true.
So
Very true.
understanding that would help you have a balanced view on things. Like I said earlier, I used to be guilty of that before in the past, but now I come to realize that this whole thing is just bullshit. We are all different. We all have our music taste. We all enjoy this thing, and so whatever you enjoy is cool. Whatever I enjoy is cool. So I don't need to segregate music taste just because you don't listen to what I listen to, and I feel like we're listening to is trash. No, that's not it. That's not cool. That's not cool.
Yeah. Now that you've clarified it, I think that's very important for the viewers, anyways. So we might have like people on different spectrum, in the genre. So anyway, you said you have a Patreon. Can you drop your Patreon?
Yeah. I have a Patreon. www.balajidavids.com/Patreon. Oh, you know what? Maybe because this video would also be on my channel. So what I will do is I'll probably just put the Patreon link in the description. So whoever is interested, to sign up to my Patreon can just go check it out. You know.
So
So
do you have
I
do you
I
have
can also I can also send you
last
my
words?
Patreon link if you want to.
All
If
right,
you want me to, I can send you my Patreon link so you can just infuse it
send
in
it to
your
me.
description too. Yeah, sure.
All right.
I would do that definitely. You were saying something.
Do you have any Do you have any last words for viewers? Any last word before we go?
Um, I would just say keep supporting me. If you're just getting to discover me, I'd send my YouTube link to my friend here, so we'll put it on his channel. You can just follow my channel, subscribe to the channel. It will really mean a lot to me, help the channel grow. And also, if you're into rock music, um, just know it's a huge privilege to be listening to music like that. So just enjoy it as much as you can. All right, regardless of whatever genre you listen to, just enjoy your music. All right, enjoy your music. You might be a rocker, you may be a metalhead. It doesn't really matter. The most important thing is we enjoy what we listen to. And for those who are thinking of starting up a YouTube channel, um, first of all, just discover your niche. Discover something you are good at, something you can work with. That's the first step. And when you discover your niche, then the next thing is to just have an idea on how to edit videos and just start up the channel and be consistent. That's one way to grow. So if you are thinking of starting up a YouTube channel, just be consistent. That's definitely the only way to grow. There's no magic. There's no magic. It's just consistency.
All right. So I think that's going to be the end of this particular interview, and I hope we do more next time. Nice hearing
Thank
from
you,
you.
man, for inviting me to the interview. I really appreciate it, man. I mean, it's an honor, it's a privilege to be having a chat with you.
I
Thanks, man. I
appreciate
appreciate it, man.
it.
Peace, man. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.